Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admin who gave us this translation. The translation reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So my grandfather, he was from Mozambique, and then my grandfather, when he came to South Africa, he was working also as a Sangoma. Then when he passed away, he returned back to Mozambique. So I am staying here in Mpumalanga. I am a Sangoma. For years, I have been working behind the scenes. In particular, I have strengthened powerful men. Some of them, they are politicians who come to me after each and every election cycle so that I can strengthen them. Even if they do bad things, people will end up voting for them anyway. I have dealt with men, some of them that are from neighboring countries who are hardened politicians, hardened even when it comes to corruption, even if they get exposed, but still their stories will never go anyway. But in particular, I have strengthened men who lead some of the largest churches across Southern Africa. Two of these pastors, even though I do not have the privacy to name them, they are household names known for their ability to fill even big stadiums with a lot of people. They preach mostly about miracles and the power of prayer, always the power of prayer, but there are only a few who know the dark truth that are behind their success. So I first met the first pastor, whom I'll call Pastor S. This was way back. When I met him, he came to me. He was desperate for help. This man, he had since gone to Nigeria, but when he came to me, it was in the year 2016. Everything was crumbling down. The first time when he went there, he went with a famous pastor there, but he was from Nigeria. He went and he was given a ring. So this ring, it was losing its power. And he was telling me that since this ring is losing its power, I cannot go there anymore because like they did a deal and this man did not want to pay him. So then they shouted at each other. He was desperate when he came to me for help. His church was now struggling. People were seeing everything that he was doing. His followers, they were seeing that some of his miracles, they were questionable. His followers were dwindling and he feared losing everything. He knew of my reputation and had heard that I could provide more than just a traditional healing, and I could offer power, real tangible power that would bring him wealth, fame, and influence. But that power, it comes at a price that he was so willingly going to pay. I asked him how he had came to know about me. He said that there was this other woman who had once came to his church, and this woman said that he had came to me for spiritual healing when his son was running mad, and I remembered that woman. So he came to me and he said, just like you healed his son, please help me because my church is falling apart, and if people do not give money to me, it means that I won't be able to settle all the credits that I am owing, the cars that I am driving, the big mansion that I am staying at. Every month I have to pay. So I do not want that to happen. I do not want my kids to sleep in the bridge. So I said that I was going to help him if he was going to accept the price which he paid. I strengthened him with powerful charms. These charms, I always take them from this other mountain, which is in Mozambique, where I too have to go there after every 6 months, just like what my grandfather used to do. He would go to Mozambique after every 6 months to renew his own strength. I go there as well to renew my own strength. That place is where dark demons or spirits dwell, where I commune with the ancestors and the forces that grant me the ability to bestow power upon others. It is quite a dangerous journey. Each and every time when I go there, I have no guarantee if I will be able to return back, but that is where deep in the mountains, where my own power comes from. After receiving my charms, Pastor S, I saw that his church was growing in ways that he had never imagined. People, they were flocking to him, believing in his miracles, whilst his bank account, I knew it was getting big and fat, because he kept on coming to me, donating me with money, telling me that I want to give you this and I want to do that for you. And he would show me the receipts of the people that will be paying their tithing straight into his account and offerings. But this power does not last like forever. These charms, they expire after a time. Usually when I give you these charms for people to give you money to follow you, those charms usually around 2 years, then they expire. When that happens, the pastor must come back to me for renewal. And if you delay, then they will experience terrible consequences. Their lives will fall into chaos, and then they will become engulfed in shameful scandals. Most of them, they will be dating these women. All of a sudden, these women will go out into the public saying that I am dating this pastor. He has made me to fall pregnant. So it's like a part of the price that they have to pay to be humiliated in public, just for temporary. Then after you have been humiliated, then when you come back as a strong man of God, and fortune will be following you. So Pastor S, he found himself in such a situation not long ago. His charm had expired. He was on vacation, and I had reminded him that he was not supposed to go on that vacation. Something happened there, and he took a very long time to return back, enjoying his money. And since he had not returned back to me, before he knew it, he was caught up in a scandal. It was very shameful, so much that it shook his congregation to the core. They would try to delete some of the things that I was being shown on social media, and it was all over social media, and they hired a lot of people to enter into groups to delete the post and to report all the stories that were about him. People did not realize that this downfall was linked to the spiritual forces at work. And I warned him, and he did not listen. And he returned back to me. He was begging to be saved, willing to pay even more for the power that he wants. Then there is another pastor, the second pastor who came to me. This second pastor who came to me, this man, he also wanted power for me, another well-known figure. He came to me seeking to surpass his rivals, and I gave him what he asked for. His church grew to be one of the wealthiest in the country. But just like Pastor S, the power also came with strings that are attached. When his charm expires, he too faces public disgrace. He can be caught in bed with one of his congregants' wife, and his followers, they will be confused, not knowing what to do. But after that period of public humiliation, then he will come back as a strong man of God. Both of these men, they return to me, and each and every time when they want to maintain their power, they have to return to me. It's like they are never truly free from my shrine, more like slaves to the spirit that they use, even though they pretend to be holy men. But I know the truth. Without me, there will be nothing. As for me, I have to return back to Mozambique after each and every 6 months. It is a dangerous journey. I know that what I am doing is difficult, but I am following in the footsteps of my own ancestors. Hey, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admins who gave us this translation. Strange things, indeed, they do happen in this world.